like that.
You like that?
Yeah, that's very mellow.
Yeah. It's called White. It's called White Summer, if you want to know what it is. And I'm thinking of like adding it to intros on my videos. I just wanted to see what anyone else thought of it. So,
yeah, I like it.
yeah.
So, hello everybody. Hello Albert and Pumpkin Joanne. So that's all we've got at the moment.
Yeah, sure. Whisper Sam. I was just speaking to Whisper Sam. She's got one of these scooters.
Caroline.
It's got a proper roof over its head, a proper one of them. I forgot what it's called now. A cabin scooter thing. I was looking at weird vehicles last night for some weird reason, like velo vehicles. You know, where you have a push bike, but you lie down in it, and you have an electric motor to help you. Some of them do like 60 miles an hour. But she's got one of these things, but it's just a scooter, so it only does like 4 or 5 miles an hour. Keeps you dry anyway. Looking for any other way if I can't get a car, what am I going to use? But I don't think it's going to be appropriate for me. But she reviewed it, though, so it's kind of funny. Very nice. Very nice.
Hello, Whispers from Heaven. There's some really cool names in here. And before I begin, I'm going to give a shout out to my Patreons. And bear with me for a moment because I'm getting a bit old. That's funny. Yeah, I'm getting a bit old. I'm having trouble remembering who my patrons are. And there's only 2 at the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I have wasn't it terrible? Okay, Rachel Jude is one and Sharra Artz is the other.
I know the first one is. She's very keen and whatnot. It's very nice.
Yeah. So if you want to be a patron where I can forget your name too, just sign up. Oh, God help me if I get 3. It'll be like, oh my goodness, I can't remember names. I'm good with numbers, but when it comes to names, forget it.
People ask me to set up a Patreon, but I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical about it. Like, you know, shameless shilling, as you say. I said people have asked me if I'm going to do a Patreon. I'm like, I don't know. A bit shameless shilling.
Well, the reason that I thought I'd do it is another way outside of Facebook, so that people who are, you know, like they can actually, you know, like for a small fee, what I can do is like once I get about 50, for every 50 that I get, 50 patrons, which could, you know, like they could probably spend like $3 a pledge, right? Which is a very small amount. They can actually go in the draw to win a full 1-hour reading to the value of $140.
So you've got a service you can provide. I don't really have a service I can provide. I
mean, some people don't have a service, but I mean, I just thought, you know, because there was one time I did that. I didn't think it would last on YouTube. I just, because I was talked into it by my staff. They said, go on, you know, have a YouTube channel and, you know, for
years ago when I first sort of come across you then or something, and we were talking like that. It must be years ago.
I was actually, I wasn't doing that particular pay-per-view thing back then. But that was my, I did it last year, and it was just basically, I expected only a few months because, I don't know, just gut feeling, I guess, where I just thought, you know, I don't really see it to be the leverage on a YouTube channel. But, you know, just to prove a point, I said, okay, I'll do it. And it was only like $9.99 or $10, if you will, a month, which works out. It's $2.50 a week, you know, and the people that were going in could have a reading. I mean, you can only do so many readings, to be honest, but, you know, like I was going to incorporate other things, like as in, you know, any spirit messages that come through, that type of thing. And it was good, but people were too afraid to interact. And the people that did, they got a fantastic amount of time on a reading, which was equivalent to nearly 2 hours worth of reading. And yeah, so it was a win situation for them, but it wasn't really, I mean, I have yet to see the money.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything for it. And I actually lost because of the fact that, you know, to make that time, I wasn't getting my payment from bookings. So they were trying to sort of, I was losing money.
Time is money. Sometimes we take on these contracts with the council. Yes, they're regular, so you're guaranteed work, but they pay you so little, you think, well, I could have earned so much more on, you know, on the railway station or whatever, you know. So time, money, and also guarantee, you know, of a job being, obviously you're self-employed, you can't guarantee someone's going to come up to you tomorrow and say, can I have a reading? You know, you could have an empty day tomorrow, you know.
Well, the thing is, because I don't handle my own bookings, I'm always surprised. Oh, there's a reading booked, you know. And if I don't have them through that, I've got, you know, the Fiverr account where I also do. I mean, I'm always busy. There's no ifs or buts. I don't have to ever worry about not having any work. And a lot of word of mouth works because with the Facebook page,
you're established as well, because you've done newspapers, things like that. You're pretty much established, aren't you? But well, down under. Hey, mate, you're well established.
But I guess in a way, you know, I'm not a snob by any means. I mean, people can walk up to me in the street and talk to me, and I'll give everyone the time of day. But I keep to myself when it comes to this type of what I do. Because of the fact that, you know, I mean, there are people I've had issues with where they've used my name, my photo, and said that I was working and doing readings for them, and I wasn't. They were using me as a means of promotion, and I mean, you can't do that. But it happens. And I've had people approach me from other websites saying, would you come and do live readings on our website? And I've seen their website. They sit around, I think it's called Oracle or something. They're all sitting around waiting for people to, I mean, I'm sure they're busy, but I've got a bit more self-respect.
Than
to be sitting there all day waiting for someone to, you know, I mean, you'll probably end up with the same crowd over and over, and you shouldn't. I mean, I'm very strict with my bookings. I say to my staff, if someone books, they cannot book again for at least 3 months, you know, regardless of how much they offer. You know, it's the principle of it. So anyway, moving on.
You looked at that guy, didn't you? Because I was at the bus stop waiting to come home, obviously. This guy straight. This is weird poster saying, I can't remember what his name was now, but this guy in Britain, he's really well known. He's a psychic medium, and he's touring all of England, all these venues, shed loads of them. He's got his own website and everything. I thought, who was this guy? And he had a called Moody shot. Looking very moody. So he looked more. He looked like a magician. He looked like a magician, didn't he? Rather than a...
He looked like a magician. He had this black suit on his website, and yeah, Albert, my knee is killing me. Absolutely. I was just saying to Riley before, I'm using this, you know, it's an arthritis because I've got chronic arthritis, which, you know, is horrible.
Wrist. I had a fucking bad wrist last week.
Oh.
I was kidding.
Well, I've only got it in my legs, but I mean, that's bad enough. So, you know, walking is incredibly painful. Near tears. The last couple of nights I was near tears with the pain. But I mean, there are people, you know, I look at it this way, there's people always worse off. You know, I could have no legs, you know.
Well, my nephew has arthritis, even though he's younger than me by 5 years. He's always had arthritis because of his dad. Genetic. And like, if it rains, I mean, he was going to be a really, really good football player and actually go somewhere. But then he started smoking. And also, his arthritis was going to stop him as well. But he's ridiculously good with the football. He can show off and catch it in his neck, and you know, very, very good. But the point is, if it like rains, his legs really, really hurt. I mean, the weather affects legs. What the fuck? But, you know, so he is quite a
weather forecast. You can actually predict the weather without even being psychic.
Yeah, my legs are and it's gonna fucking rain. But damp conditions, I suppose, is the word looking for. But you know, he suffered with it quite bad, and it's only going to get worse as he gets older. You know, and he clicks as well when he moves his neck. He clicks and
Well, yeah, I wouldn't do that. My daughter's got a really bad habit, my young one, of cracking her knuckles. And I said to her, one day you're going to have arthritis. You know?
Yeah, I used to do it, but not so much today. Used to doesn't do it no more, thankfully, but I used to do it all the time. Like, well, I don't do it no more.
Horrible noise.
Yeah,
I was a bit freaked out a few days back. I was doing my exercises and I heard a crack in my knee, in the knee replaced one. And I thought, oh my God, you know, like just this, it was like a crumbling kind of crack noise. And I thought, oh, that's all I need, you know, because they've had to put like, well, you know the story. I woke up during the surgery, which was absolutely traumatic, and heard the sawing going on. And although they said that they cut out, frozen in a really unusual.
Ray, Dr. Ray's just come up with, he had a friend who had diabetes on Wednesday, had to cut her leg off. Same here with wifey's mum. She had her leg cut off through diabetes. So yeah, if you've got diabetes, look after yourself. You will lose a leg or something. I mean, sugar. She didn't take drugs. She didn't do alcohol. Nothing like that. She had a couple of too many donuts, and well, obviously more than that. I'm being facetious, but you know what I'm saying.
You don't have to be overweight to have diabetes.
Well, she's not taking care of herself. You know, she ignored doctors. Don't be silly. Don't, you know, how's sugar going to hurt me? I don't drink. I don't smoke. Well, yeah, she ended up having her leg amputated before she died. Not straight away before she died, but, you know, a year before she died. And then it killed her in the end, you know. So if you've got diabetes, you've got to do what a doctor says. So that's off topic. Raymond there with his comment. I thought, fucking hell, all right, yeah, good luck to your mate, Ray. It's serious. Pretty serious, you know.
It's awful. I mean, there's some terrible things out there, and you know,
some diabetes, not much awareness at all, really. They just sort of assume it's like, no, just like, oh, it's a fat people's disease or something, or you know, or you know, how serious it can be. It can kill you. It will kill you if you don't, you know, properly. My wife's boss has got bad diabetes, but he doesn't look after himself. He doesn't believe it. You know, drinks bacon, eggs, chocolate. His weight is well over. And he works himself to death at that shop. You don't care. I can't say too much because obviously I live around here, so I can't give away too much personal information. But my wife's like, it's happened to my mum. It'll happen to you. Seriously, slow it down.
But as I said, I've actually known people who are not overweight and have diabetes, and it can be genetic, I believe, because I mean, this particular family. The mother had it, the father had it, so the chances of the kids having it were a lot greater, obviously, and it happened, you know.
Yeah, it's two types. So, one what you said, you can trigger it, like a shock can even trigger it sometimes, you know. Still the pancreas. Basically, you got to match your sugar to your insulin, which the pancreas doesn't create enough insulin. So if you have too much sugar, you go into a hypo. If you don't have enough sugar, you go into a freaking coma. Cut a long story short. That's the very basics of it. So what you've got to do is either eat correctly at the right times to make sure you match your sugar level, or if you have had too much sugar, you need to get a shot of insulin into you, hence the needling yourself, the bloody insulin like needle. So if I ever become diabetic, I'm going to be working so hard not to use a needle. I fucking hate needles. Can't stand them.
I don't think I could ever administer a needle into myself.
No. I can have a vaccine, but I can't stand blood coming out. Like, no. Yeah, even vaccine, I'm like, I'll look away. Cheers to that. Thank you. You're done. It doesn't hurt even. It's just
funny. I used to be okay when I was pregnant and having to have all these shots because of my blood type, and I'm one of the rare ones that are negative.
Wifey's Reese negative as well. She had all that to do with I can't remember, the vitamin A or something. You can basically end up killing your own baby. Yeah. You got to have like a shot.
But your blood body seems to go into like an attack on the fetus.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's pretty cruel. It is. And that blood that we can give to everyone else, but we can't take any other blood but our own.
Oh, you can't take any. Okay. Yeah, because she can. That's same as she can give any blood, but they can't take.
Is she O?
Reese negative.
Is she
Yeah,
O?
Reese negative.
Yeah.
O Reese negative. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I said that's why I asked you. She's got exactly the same thing.
Wow.
Weird, isn't it?
It is. But
I tell you what, the guy at the blood bank are always hassling her for blood all the time. Like, it's like I can't keep giving it, you know. It fucks me up. Stop asking me. But you know, she does when she can. But it makes you weak. You know?
Well, yeah. Well, as I used to be okay with the needle, and then there was one time I was going in, I was having my blood taken, and I was able to like look and everything, and this woman said, I think what made it worse is I had morning sickness, and she said, okay, the blood is flowing. Wow. And that was it. I just passed out. I thought, why did she have to say the blood's flowing? I thought, oh my God.
I'm a shitty person because I don't give blood. I can't do it. I can't deal with having blood come out my body, a needle. I can't do a needle. Wifey does it all the times I said, or as much as she's allowed to do it, but they hassle her for more and more, I swear. But I just can't do it. She's doing it for both of us. I can't do it. I can't do it. And besides, my blood's not really that important. I can't remember what blood type I am. I think I'm O+, I think, but don't quote me on that.
So let's do a few starts. We have Raw Cut Paranormal, the newbie. Appy Droid Development. Appy Droid do the apps for anyone interested. Springtrap is here. I had a feeling, you know, since Pumpkin Joanne was on, they wouldn't be too far off having Springtrap.
She's sliding at school, moving off.
Naughty girl. Who else have we got? Liz Hall, ODSD Shadow Demon. Hello. And who else have we got? Whispers from Heaven. I'm going to go over a few that I've already said.
Dr. Ray.
Albert. Where's Dr. Ray?
He's way up there somewhere.
Oh, up the top somewhere, is he?
You say Fallen Angel.
Oh, there he is. Ray Clark. Nobody Loves Me Paranormal. No, it's Nobody Believes Me Paranormal. But he does sound like Ray from Everybody Loves Raymond. He does. Fallen Angel Caroline. Now, I'm going to be careful as I scroll because I don't want another thing that happened with poor Stevo last week.
Oh yeah, Banhammer.
I know, because I'm using these fingers, one to press on the little click. I don't have a mouse.
Yeah.
So I'm mouseless. I've just got one of those silly
tabs. They are, definitely. I know what you're on about. I had it with before my computer eventually died. Why did my computer die? It just stopped. Yeah. Windows bloody
dead.
Oh, Windows I was on now is the worst ever. After 2001, that's how old it was. But yeah, I had one of those little scratch mat things, and it was awkward to maneuver about and click on stuff. Windows in existence, I can't remember what it's called now. After XP, it was. I can't remember the name.
Oh my goodness!
XP was amazing. I loved XP.
Actually, the XP and I don't think there's much difference that I could tell from the
7, 8, 9, 10. You know.
Yeah, XP.
What's the one before that? I can't remember. It's pretty cool now. It's still missing. Windows. Oh, it's fucking useless. But I can't remember what it's called. The feature of going back in time, allegedly. Yeah. What's it called? Come on, Pugster, help me out here. You should know this.
Okay.
Windows.
All those technically minded people.
What Windows am I jumping on about? After XP, before Windows 7. Fucking useless. It's going to bug me now.
NT?
No, that's for networking.
Vista.
Oh, Vista, that's it. Vista. Fucking useless. Nothing's compatible with it. Nothing. So there you go. So one set rebooting my router's lag. Oh god, fucking. Oh, you know something? You got like Happy Droid who's Oh, I keep playing a pun. This other profile, just some Pugster operating system Unix fucking module, as I like to call it. He's got a slow router, so if he's allowed a slow router, everybody's allowed a slow router. It's okay.
Isn't it a slow router?
Router.
Yeah, it's like, you know, what route are you taking or what route?
Well, it takes your fancy. I understand both words. It's like I always say determined instead of determined for some weird reason. I'm determined to do this. Yeah, my wife looks at me weird as well. So that's not English. That's English.
No, English. That's a Riley. You've got your own language. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I'm determined to do this. Determined.
All right, so Madge is on, and Liz, me, and Mum are off to see him later.
Madge, Matt supplied me with Clive Martin's little website for his Green Party. Thank you, Madge. Matt, a link to it, which is on my comments for Heart Progress. Brilliant work, Madge, Matt. I've got two very reliable contacts, but who knows? Maybe this live stream I'll have Clive Martin come on my live stream. That'll be very weird and wonderful, but we'll avoid that subject for the minute.
Now, I don't know whether you saw the topic or the title, I should say, of our video tonight. Living with the dead.
Living with them.
Yeah, I thought, you know, with the fact that we do typically we live with them.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know, a promotion for the Addams Family or the Monsters or anything like that. Although, you know, I could probably
actually. Last week, there was a guy who stayed with his wife's body for 6 days. He put a wicker coffin down, put some padding down because you can have seepages and leaks, but she didn't smell apparently, or she didn't deteriorate very quickly. But 6 days he slept with her until the time to go. So, is that what you mean by living with the dead? But I mean, that didn't even last a week.
Really good deodorant, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, she didn't go all funny and stinky, but he said if she did, I'd have allowed it because they're very natural people, hence the wicker basket type coffin. She wasn't embalmed. All he did was put some pads, some maxi pads out, and yeah, and some lipstick and some face stuff. And she said she looks just like she was sleeping for those 6 days. I was like surprised her eyes didn't sagging because they put like they cut like golf balls in half, not literally, but you know, to keep the impression that your eye, when you close your eyes, because your eyes fall back, there's no pressure. Yeah, your body does some mad shit when you die, very quickly as well. Don't ever think if you're going to kill off your mum or dad or something that you can get away with it for a few days. No, within hours, things are going to start happening and people are going to notice.
Yeah.
So, 6 days, that's got to be a bit of a record, unless you're just, you know, what's the word?
Exaggerating?
Yeah, exaggerating and you know, painting rainbow and flowers, you know, because it's his wife, obviously. But it's kind of interesting to hear. It was on the This Morning, which is like our national with Holly and Philip Schofield. Oh God, yabbering away. Philip Schofield. I don't know if you know who Philip Schofield is. He's got silver hair. Now, he will not, this is completely off topic. I'll come back to what you're talking about in a sec. But he will not acknowledge his past. Philip Schofield become increasingly famous via his children's hosting with Gordon the Gopher and Ed the Duck. He can't stand Ed the Duck. Philip Schofield, if you're watching this, don't forget your roots, motherfucker. You might have silver hair now, but you was a great children's presenter back in the day, and you cannot forget your roots. Anyway, go back to it. Living with the dead.
I'm really lost now.
Sorry, that's for the UK. Yeah, for the UK people.
My daughter drove me and we went by a funeral place. And in the window, I don't know whether this is only like for what they've got out here, but they've actually got coffins now that you can custom design with a pattern all over it, as in you can have a photograph embellished in like the whole over the whole coffin. They had a guy on a surfboard, like with the waves and everything, as part of the decoration of the coffin itself instead of like the normal black or the white. Yeah.
What's popular here is superheroes. So like instead of like, I don't know, the pallbearers being black and somber, they're all dressed as Batman and Robin and Spider-Man, and the coffin is laced with, you know, Marvel superhero patterns and stuff, you know. So yeah, it's coming over here as well, that kind of thing. You know, it's kind of weird seeing a somber Batman, a somber Superman carrying this coffin, but it's a bit of a spectacle.
No, this is the actual coffin. The coffin had like, I don't know whether it's like a transfer or something, but the whole coffin, not just the lid, but the whole coffin had a theme, and it said you can have any theme you want to identify with the person that is going to be in it. And I said to my daughter, well, I'll have the tarot cards of mine.
Oh yeah.
And I'll have the spirit box.
See, I got to think now. All I thought about is 3 songs I want at my funeral, which I've told various people in posts. But now you have to make me think. What would I have as a? Not that I can probably afford it, but you know, because it's not cheap, this kind of thing. You know, our state funeral, pretty much. He was a nice man. Goodbye, departed. Off we go, cremated. But if you can afford it, and they go up to about £7,000 here on average, hence the life insurance adverts, sorry, funeral insurance. But yeah, with this superhero theme going on with these coffins, you know, they will cost money for customization, but it is the newest thing. Instead of being all like somber and traditional, starts off with music being played, you know, your own music instead of hymns, and now it's branching out to costume and clothes, and now the actual coffin itself is now being, you know, you've even got environmentally friendly, and now there's a new way you can go. Are you an environmentally friendly person? Then how about boil in a bag? Yes, you can be boiled in a bag just like your Chinese rice, and apparently after that you put it down the sewage system. Lovely jubbly, all good for the environment.
Well, my daughter's got this idea that when her time comes, she wants to be a tree. She wants to she wants to be part of the fertilizer with a seed of a tree, so that and I thought, well, that's nice. Any of my kids to go before me. I mean, I've already lost one, but you know, the ones that I've got here, I plan on going first.
Oh yeah, duh.
So I wouldn't even know. So I said, don't tell me. I don't want to know. So it's Living with the Dead, I thought would be a very interesting title. And the reason I put that, and there's always a reason I have certain titles on my videos, is that
but it rained last night and it's drizzling as I was getting back, and the ground, because it's all mainly grass at the cemetery, I have such wet feet. So I think this cemetery thing, I've hyped it too early, but June will be my next data allowance, and it'll be summer then. We'll be pretty golden, and when the summer is really good, I will honestly stream in the cemetery. But I was going to do it today, but I got drizzled on rain, and it rained last night, and I thought, fuck that, I'm not getting wet.
No.
Got wet enough.
Yeah, but you'll end up sick. It's not worth it. Not for a box session. You can get exactly this. It's only like the location, of course, which is still quite exciting. But I mean, it'd be different if you had a car. You know, you could sit in the car perhaps and do the stream.
We've got when I get a car, that's enough. I would be doing that a lot. This is interesting as well. Speaking of in the chat room, Management has gone about Africans making great coffins, which they do. Someone's just remind me, some people are buried in their car, literally. They have glass foundation, and I mean, it must cost a hell of a lot of money, but you know, you can be buried in your car.
What about the policeman on his motorbike?
Yeah, they go on a bike. They also like to do standings quite a lot. You know, where you view the body. Well, a lot of them are now getting them to stand up in the corner of a room. They put shades on them and they stand up. Obviously, there's a lot of embalming going on, and probably a bit tacky to touch, but they sort of represent the person. A lot of them like to shake their hands and stuff, even though they're, you know, I wouldn't advise that hand might come off in their hand for you know. But yeah, there's all sorts of crazy customizations that are going. It's like the newest in thing, and then afterwards, the actual tombstone. Now you can get all sorts of crazy tombstones. You can have a car as a tombstone. Obviously, it's not a real car, but it's stone, you know, in the shape of the BMW or whatever. There's all sorts of crazy things you can have. But fact of the money is, you need money, mega money. But it will get cheaper as it goes on. Land is the issue. If you're gonna be environmentally friendly, you're in for a good time for budget, because wicker coffins are very cheap and boiling the bag is expensive, but you know, you're doing a bit for the environment, going in the sewers. Great.
You can be turned into a diamond.
Yes, we've got a bit of diamond for Natalie's mum's got a bit of diamond. That's why we've got those ashes over here, which I still have. I still have her ashes. I still have her ashes, no more than yeah, carry on.
Yeah, you can do so much. But yeah, going back to, like, I always get sidetracked with living with the dead. We live with the dead on a daily basis, and not saying that we have, you know, what's that? Oh, probably.
That might be her toenail for all I know. I mean, it's not a lot. Everyone got given a bit strange, but yeah, she's having a bit sent off to be turned into a bit of a diamond, a small diamond. But it's just weird to think this was Marcia once, and now it is. Well, it looks like something you put in my cigarette, but it's very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Marcia. I'm just gonna put you back in there. Just don't you worry.
It's you heard something, did you?
No, I'm just It's strange. I've got ashes. Somebody else's ashes in my possession. Moving on.
So with the fact that many of us have, I had quite a few people recently, and oh, you'll have to forgive me. I'm trying to get comfortable here. I've had quite a few people recently very curious, wanting to know about how you can tell when there's a spirit around you. Now, I've gone through talking about feelings and everything, but if you've ever noticed what looks like the air moving and there's no window open, you see what appears to be not so much a shadow, but it's like the air itself moving in a form, and it's very quick. It goes past very quick. To give you an example, I had one the other night, and I was sitting up in bed and I was, you know, watching my prisoner. And next minute, one went right past me. I mean, right in front of my face, and I was taken back. Wow, you know, and it was quite fascinating. Lately, they've been appearing a lot like lights to me, and I've put up the ones that I've been able to record on my iPhone where I've got storage available, because I've only got like a very small drive or storage space on my phone. And it is really, I feel I'm not so much seeing the full-bodied apparitions as much now. I'm not saying that's probably how it's going to be for all time, but I think they're a little bit worried I'm going to be, you know, snapping a photo or drawing them, you know. So I've had to sort of lay back type of thing from doing that. But if you actually notice you know, you could be sitting there watching something and then you will notice something go by, and it will be very, very quick. It will catch your attention. That is usually spirit. So
I usually get, I have no medium senses, but I usually get the atmosphere. I can't really describe it. It changes, or
it becomes
just a weird feeling. Yeah, I can't really describe. It's just a very, very weird feeling. I mean, Madge Matt says here he gets a cold static electric feeling. Yeah, I suppose that's a good way of describing it. It's not too often I get it at all. Certainly not for a long time. And even in the days of, I didn't really ever get any weird feelings. Just shit happened, and there it is. You know, it's Natalie that feels it more than I. Like, you know, she'd wake me up in the middle of the night and say, oh, you know, what's going on? You know, put on the box or whatever. And yeah, usually she's right. Like I say, even Mortis covered a session from me on that particular night. You know, we got contact from Ian, whoever Ian is, whatever being he is, etc. But pretty mad. But no, I don't really, I can't really describe feelings like that. But when you say about the air moving or whatever, I have heard of that before. Yeah.
Almost, and I wouldn't say mist-like. You can have a lot of variations with spirit. See, as a non-smoker, I know if I do see smoke or a smoky kind of substance, that it's not from me and it's not from any of my kids. None of us smoke.
Smells, perfume smells, things like that. Place and stuff. We've had that quite a lot, and we know that's not environmental. That's not from here. That's something else. That's another way you can identify.
And that's a very common one, more common than you realise. I even had my mother once just, it was like her way of letting me know that she was around, and it was her favourite perfume. And I love perfume. I'm like, oh, that smells familiar. First of all, I'm thinking, has my daughter got into my perfume? And then I realised she's at school. She couldn't have. You know, I was the only one home.
You hearing Springtrap? School, study, school, school, Springtrap. School. Yeah, Karen.
Yeah, so that, and as soon as I realised, it was sort of like my mind was elsewhere. I don't know what I was doing. I was probably doing housework, as usual. Never ends. But it was that smell that I connected it straight away with perfume, and then I thought, my goodness, that's my mother. As soon as I acknowledged that, the smell went, and it was very, very funny.
Every time you realise that something goes on, they do tend to go. Like the whole Christmas Carol thing I keep babbling on about. As soon as I started intensely listening and realised what the hell it was, it shut up. Every time I have an experience, and then I lock on to, oh, that's not environmental, that is.
Yeah.
Instantly, and that is so fucking annoying. It's like they know you suddenly realise, so they decide to stop. So you, like you just said then, I realise it's now possibly my mum or a spirit that's resembling mum with a smell. Oh, it goes away there and then. You know. That's annoying.
That is also what happens sometimes with your readings. You know, when you've got a spirit that presents itself. Like the other day, I was doing a reading and I had a variation of different spirits, you know, sort of like every now and then they'd spew out some word, totally unrelated. And I thought, well, if you're going to speak and you're going to say something, say that it has to do with, you know, whoever you are. Say who. I was getting frustrated, and especially when I can't tell the person who it is that's speaking around me. And it was so weird because, like, they were telling me things, fair enough, but they weren't telling me who they were, and telling me things that were very personal. That this woman said there is no way that anyone would know that, because it was only what I discussed on the phone to, you know, whoever it was the night before. And she said, and I don't use social media. So nothing was put up on social media. I've had ones that have, you know, like one lady, it was so weird. They showed me this vision of a photo album, but instead of putting photos in the album, pictures were being randomly taken out of the album. And then she said, well, last night we were doing that. So whoever the spirit was that was around was watching this and communicating that through visual to me. And I said, why would you take photos out? And I thought maybe they're putting them in another album. And she said, no, we're doing one of those, you know, where you relive your baby photo, like you do it as an adult, take the same kind of photo. It could be like you're wearing so that's what they were doing, and that's why they were taking out these particular photos. But I thought, how weird, you know, like that's how they will communicate. Sometimes they just won't say who they are. The other day, Naomi, my PA, said to me, you know, someone was asking about, will I just do a mediumship? And I said, well, I can't just do a mediumship. Not that I can't, but I can't guarantee that person that their loved one's going to be present. You know, how can you? You can't. So,
the paranormal. Yeah. I get people out a lot. Well, why don't, when you say this stuff happens, Riley, why don't you get it on camera? Well, because by the camera out, it's gone. The event's happened. It's gone. I don't know when it's going to happen.
There are times, even
when I capture, it's great. It's a miracle. It's like, yes, you know, I've got it. You know, door closing, stuff like that, or good spirit box session, whatever it can be. It's great. It's always good that you got it on camera. But to be honest with you, you can't predict anything with this kind of thing. You just can't. You could do is have 24/7 CCTV, and then you'd have to trawl through it. And as you're trawling through it, something could happen.
You'd have to. And that is one of the things. I mean, they're with us all the time. There's no question about it. You know, we will have spirits around us, and not necessarily the ones that are related to us. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up too, which was interesting, you had a video that you had put up about pedophiles, and
I got a series.
I've actually had a few on the other side that had said or confessed to actually being that way. And I said, well, you know, I got a bit worried because, you know, being a mother and having children, I said, are you still this way? You know, if you are, I don't want you around my home. I don't want you here. And they said, no, we are clean now.
Oh, really?
I thought, well, it must be a sickness, you know, because you know, I mean, unless they're just saying that, of course, but, you know, to say that they were clean, they were cleaned. And so what this cleaning is, that I found quite interesting. I thought I'd bring that up because, you know,
it is hormone. Because, like I said, there's a guy. This is horrible. I don't recommend anyone do this, even the sickos, unless the sickos have done something really wrong. But there's a guy who couldn't stop thinking of sex, and he was really worried he was gonna. He wanted to do kids, but he was worried he was gonna end up raping someone. So the nutter on the internet castrated himself. He castrated himself on the internet in the most painfulest way you could imagine. But afterwards, he said the relief was just unbelievable. I don't think about it. It's not there. So it is a viable option for these people. And of course, you can have an operation where it's like probably anesthetic, painkillers, so you don't hopefully feel anything. But I get the whole, oh, what about your right to reproduce? Well, yes, but you're going to try counseling first and every other avenue, right? If there's nothing else left, besides, if you're going to end up in contact with a young kid, it's disastrous, isn't it? If you're that far gone. I mean, I don't want to turn this live stream into that type of debate, but yeah, I agree with you.
I thought it was interesting, you know, that, you know, to hear them say, I'm clean.
It's all hormonal. It's hormonal. I mean, the guy who castrates himself, he doesn't even think about it. It's not even on his mind. He just doesn't do, you know, he's dead down there, so to say, if you like, literally, you know. It's a part of our life to reproduce, and unfortunately, there's a cock up somewhere where it's so the kink goes to undeveloped bodies. Yeah. So yeah, sure we're clean now, and I'm sure they've repented and all that malarkey. I don't know how it works in the other world. Do you get time in hell?
I won't know until I'm on the other side of how it all works. I can only give the dribs and drabs that I get told.
The only answers we'll get is personal to ourselves. You ain't going to get all the secrets to the universe when you die.
No,
you'll just get the secrets.
Definitely not.
For you, your journey, you know. Pretty sure of that. So.
See, I think the big problem, and I'm the first to admit, with all the years of the communication I've had, I never really thought about asking things like that. You know, it wasn't something that, and I know it's hard to get around. Why would you? Because many people would say, well, why, you know, you've got an opportunity to ask some things about what the other side is like and blah, blah, blah. And I really never thought about it. You know,
a lot of them don't. And I think there's rules as well. I've asked plenty of times, is there rules you have? And a lot of them say, yeah, there's rules. There's some sort of weird overseer thing going on. You know, I don't know if that's for their own safety in terms of I better not say anything, or maybe I can't describe it. Like how many times you in a spirit box session and you said, oh, what's it like where you are? They say just words like open, or it's terrible, or you know, it's not really a good description, but you just get an idea, don't you? It's open, so you know it's fucking open, vast. You know, we spend a lot of time asleep. This is the abyss I'm talking about, you know, where the abyss is. You know, so what goes on? Why are you even there in the first place? How did you get there? Did you get led astray? Is that where you go for a little bit, like a limbo thing, before you can move on, or spirits about here have unfinished business, like what a lot of people think? They get this thing that, oh no, say you're murdered, you got unfinished business, haven't you? So you hang around, see if you can get your killer, you know, just like then you can move on to heaven, you know, because you deserve it because you were killed or whatever. I don't know. It's all theories and ideas, and none of us are going to know. I mean, we can use the box. But what happens is we get an answer, but in getting an answer creates 2 more questions. So you got 1 answer, 2 extra questions. So you'll get another answer, that's 4 more questions, and another answer, that's 8 more questions, you know, and so on and so on, you know.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating.
The thing too, as I said, I never ever thought of asking them those things because it was just, I mean, you grow up with that since you're a child. You don't have the comprehension as a child to be asking them, you know, what is it like to be you, you know, because they are like you as far as you see them as a child. So because I've had that since childhood, it's been the norm. You know, they don't seem any different to me many of the times. I mean, now as I'm older and I've got more, you know, of a logic thing happening,
They're not giving more away. They're not giving more away to you then, is what you're saying.
No. And I feel some of them, they actually clam up. You ask them and it's like they don't hear you. Selective hearing is when it comes into effect. Or they'll just ignore you or walk away, you know.
Yeah.
And what do? Yeah, I've had people say, you know, are they happy? So I will say, are you happy? I mean, they might look happy, but, you know, are they only looking happy? And when they say it, they acknowledge. And people can hear that. But it's just so weird, you know, that, and it's only like been since, I guess, coming out and talking through YouTube and everything like that, I never realized how many people were really interested, you know, in wanting to genuinely know.
YouTube, we're a very, very small sector of YouTube, tiny. Like I say, our maximum subscriber is going to be around 5,000. If you've got 5,000 subs, you're doing fucking well in this sector. But I mean, even that live stream me and you did where I had that figure standing over me, which everyone could see in that was pretty good. I experienced nothing at the time of that, you know, but it was quite clearly as a bit of a weirdo, whoever that is, Charlie, another spirit, whatever, standing over me and clear for all to see. And it's weird how it's manifested because there's no lights or anything on or anything that produce weird pareidolia or reflections. It's like the air moving, as you said.
It was a consistent image that, you know, moved about. So, you know, you can't have, you know, pareidolia be consistent. You know what I mean? It changed. But this is the thing. It's only like since doing YouTube, and I thought I was a bit hesitant at first sharing a few things. I mean, they were very mediocre. Nothing.
We kept quiet for many years for fear of ridicule. It was only when we had house guests round and we didn't tell them anything that was going on. They reported to us that your house is fucking weird. You know what I mean? It's been a night. They didn't come back again or whatever, and they tell us why your house is weird. Just weird shit's going on. Like what? Explain. They wouldn't really explain. Like, but yeah, the fear of ridicule is high, or the opposite effect could happen. Hence the whole 12-hour thing, letting them down at the last minute. The fear. Oh God, we're going to be like some weird tourist.
I think it comes down to so many people and movies and whatever have made or over dramatized it. You know, like
what's his name? Michael McD. Yeah. I mean, if you take Michael McD's work, I can't even say his name, McGee. I really believed in him for one sole reason. The shit he was experiencing was what we were experiencing. However, this was like it was on steroids or something. It was just like so much more. I thought, well, I cannot be the only person in the world, my family, this house, it's not even an old house for fuck's sakes, to experience the stuff we have. It cannot be the only person. So yes, there must be someone out there who is getting it 10 times worse, but the things he showed were of similar what happens, kind of like a movie, I suppose, but it's a lot less. It was a lot less in this house. I told you about the one attack, which is scary as fuck, and I wasn't even there, which I was told a little bit of guilt about. And the other one is the smashing of the glass vodka bottle. That's the only time, like, when real power has been sort of used. Every other time it's not really that powerful. The flinging of a lighter or something, or turning on the kettle is hardly mad, is it? And obviously the picture as well, and other pictures that are mainly orb related. Not too crazy, but what Michael McD had showed is like, oh my god, yeah, so someone else can get 10 times worse, and then eventually it unravels. He's just a movie maker. Ah, damn it, Michael.
Well,
you bastard.
Yeah, it's become very theatrical, and it's a shame. It really is. Tonight, when my daughter and I were driving back from my physio, this particular building had these three, those three round scoop lights, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Like sitting up against where they sort of like flush with the ceiling kind of thing. They look like a round bowl or plate. And the lights were going like flick, 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 from one to the other. It was like a complete circle, but it was going so quick you could not possibly turn a light on and off that fast. And no one was there. This particular, it was an office. It was a actual lawyer's building or office thing. Clear glass windows where you could see the seating, you could see the foyer, that type of thing. And it was just, all the other lights were fine, but these three in particular were just going 100 miles an hour. And I mean, normally if you've got lights flashing that fast, you're likely to have them blow.
Yeah, lots of bulbs go.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
But this was just full on. And I said to my daughter, well, look at that, and she said, well, that looks like another fire ready to happen. And I said, has that caught fire before? Yeah. And she said, yeah, that a kid from her school at the time came to school and said, well, I don't have a home anymore. And that
was a big fear of Natalie's, that they might cause a fire here or something. So we're always checking that the oven is turned off and stuff. I mean, Happy Droid, if he's still here, he's got a fantastic capture on his CCTV system, very similar to Charlie, the black thing, setting something on fucking fire. Yeah. I mean, he caught it in time and got to it and put it out. It was only a little fire, but fires spread very quickly, and it is one fear we have had. What happens if something goes too far and they do set the house on fire? That's why we're very steady of candles and things. Thankfully, I don't give any ideas if there's anything here, but you know what I mean. Like I say, only twice have we seen full power. Oh, I assume that's their full power. Maybe they've got even more. Being given, which were frightening situations. One nearly culminated in the death of an infant and possibly an adult, and the other one was just sheer brute power of throwing a glass bottle from one end of the room to the other and smashing it. There's power there. Power can be used. However they get that.
Well, they certainly can, and usually when they're coming close to things, they have an effect on them. So they're not necessarily touching them. That people might assume. I've seen like a spirit go near one of my lights, and the light just seems to sort of like, really draw out. It's like you can actually see the energy of the light itself either going dimmer or going brighter. And
yeah, we get that. We get that a lot.
Then it seems to just, when it moves, it's like it goes back to normal. I've had the electricity checked, everything, because you have to always, I mean, even though I have spirit contact, I still have to be realistic. You know, there are some things I can't put everything down to spirit. You know, you can't blame everything. So I went into the bathroom one day on the first floor, and there was this, I mean, the light wasn't on, but there was electricity shooting through the actual light, and it was like vroom, vroom, vroom. And I thought, what the hell? And this wasn't long after my grandmother passed. And anyway, I mean, I didn't feel anyone around me, to be honest. I didn't feel anyone there. And then I stepped back out and I turned on the light, because the light's on the outside of the room, not inside. I turned on the light, and next minute the light took a moment and then it came on. And I had it checked, had the electrician out, checked everything, wiring's fine. There's no problem whatsoever with the wiring, because I thought maybe you get rats that get into the cavity of the walls. It happens when you need water, and they climb up into the cavity. I don't even know whether it's just near water, but they get into the cavity and they will chew through things. And maybe there's been something chewing the wire or something. Nothing was wrong with the wire. And so it ended up, the next night I went in there, noticed that as soon as I sort of stepped into the bathroom without the light on, this flickering began again. So I thought, I'm going to take a shot, and I'm going to say, ask if it's my grandmother. And if it is, to stop it. And may God strike me dead, it stopped. And I haven't had it since. But that was, it was worrying me, seeing this thing. But I thought, that is so weird. I don't feel her here. And then I had this dream not so long ago after that. And she said to me, I wasn't there. I was sending messages to you from where I am. And that was her side. And she said, remember how I used to muck around with the bathroom light when you were in there too long? And she did. She used to flick the light, when I was in there too long as a young girl. And
hurry up.
Yeah, it's like, hurry up, get out of there. And so there you go. And I had completely forgot about that. So, but the fact that I thought, I wonder if this is my grandmother. Yeah. So, I mean, always check things. Don't just put them down to spirit, because you might, unfortunately wake up to a house fire or not wake up at all.
That's carbon monoxide and stuff. You've got to be careful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we have a practice or a contingency plan in place now, especially since the I've told you about the incident with the bed and Missy, and if we ever feel like this is going to get really bad, we've got someone who will pick us up at any time of day, night, whatever, and get us out of there. So far we never needed to call that person, but obviously once we're back on the road, even better. You've got to be careful and check, but obviously don't assume everything is spirit. Check your electrics. You've got faulty electrics, and that's dangerous. You want to check that,
Yeah, you have to. But you've always got to, I mean, even with my daughter, there have been times where she said, oh, there's a spirit, and I said, suss it out first. It might just be imagination. It might have a logical explanation. Check it out first before you jump to a conclusion. Because I'd say, did you see anything? No, I didn't see anything. Okay, what did you hear? I heard a funny scratching noise. Was the cat in the room? Was the dog going like by? That type of thing. Where was it, in the wall, or was it, in the floor, or whereabouts? And she said, I just heard it. And I said, but you've got to have an idea of where it came from. And
Yeah,
she said,
yeah.
Well, I think it came from the wall. And I said, well, chances are it might be a possum. You know, we do get possums. So, I mean, you've got to go through all that. You know, the last thing you want are paranoid kids, you know, especially kids.
No.
Because
yeah. I mean, I get a lot of criticism. Memo, you know, like, oh, why are you telling her stuff or whatever? Well, no, it's like liking it to insider information, and she's not scared. If she ever was scared of it, I wouldn't do it. I mean, like I say, her first words were not mummy and daddy. Her first words were Harry. Who the hell's Harry? I don't know who Harry is, but she had a friend who we thought was an imaginary friend called Harry. Not we know any Harrys. Never spoke of a Harry. And it was only on one recording when she's on the swings on an old mobile phone, the same phone, ironically, that captured that Charlie picture. You could hear a metallic cooey. She's waving to the left at seemingly nobody. Don't really pay attention to that. But then you get this metallic cooey. Oh, is that the Harry that's following her about and, you know, making funny faces at her or whatever? You know, she could see that.
That's a very old-fashioned kind of saying, isn't it? Yeah.
Very old name, cooey. I mean, I'll show you the phone, but I wish I could get it going, but it got dropped in the toilet. That's why keep it. Just in case one day somebody can. It has got a USB charge, but
if it's still got water in it, what you can get is rice. And
I've tried everything with it, but that's what captured the Charlie picture, and that's what captured this metallic thing. I got a copy of the Charlie picture. I've copied that everywhere, so I never lose it. But the metallic one, I only have one copy of it because I didn't realize we had it. It was only one day when I decided to watch the video because she used to make videos for me as a taxi driver. I don't see my daughter very often, you know. You didn't notice it at the time, and near, you know, about 3/4 of the video, cooey. What the hell? Rewind. Oh my god, she's waving to the left. And oh my god, what we got here? I wish this little bug buddy would work. Maybe it just needs a new battery or something. But it's a good one. It's not the best E.V.P in the world, but it's clear.
As long as the hard drive or whatever it is they have in those things isn't burnt out.
Well, it is.
It is.
It's like an early smartphone. You could go on Google on it. You could watch YouTube on it, but it's very, very low resolution. It's not touchscreen. It's a very early primitive smartphone, if you like. Not yet.
Because when you said it got wet, you know, there is a technique used for anyone who ever gets like moisture in their phones or whatever. You get one of those lock seal bags, like sandwich, and you put rice in it.
Everything. Yeah, tried all of that. I think a battery's short, so maybe a new battery. Where you get one from because it's so old. I don't know, but and that's the only thing that's missing from it is the cooey. That's the only thing that I need off that phone if it's still there, even, you know.
And it'd be probably hard to transfer it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what format it's in. It's very blocky and jittery and horrible, but that's probably why it's so good at capturing this stuff. You find that the lower tech equipment does better at catching E.V.Ps and the higher tech equipment for some weird reason, you know?
Yeah.
But,
well, with technology, it's getting so much better. I don't know whether you saw that video I put up the other day about the Snapchat. I have not. Yeah. I mean, surely with the activity that I have with my spirit, you know, using the phone.
Oh, wow. I'm just being phone called. I have to put some headphones in you now to make you loud and quiet. What? Even this phone does that. Why does it do that?
What was that buzz?
Talk to me. That's better. I can hear you now.
There was a buzz.
Yeah, I know. I got called by the usual scamming, cold calling, but I can't do two at the same time. I can't have you on live chat and the call. I have to put it together, so I reject the call, but then your volume goes really quiet. And to remedy this, I have to put headphones in and headphones out. So that's what the buzz was, me putting headphones in and then taking them out. And it does it on every phone, even, you know, from this one to the new one I got. I thought it would not do it on a new one, but no, it does it on every phone. I have no idea what that's about. So, weird, eh? Wow. Nothing paranormal, though. Just bad design.
Yeah, I had a mobile before, the iPhone. I think it was I don't know whether it was a 5 or 4 or something. I can't remember. It was one of the first iPhone. And every time I would have like a spirit interaction, I would get this kind of noise. And it wasn't like a phone call coming through or anything like that. It was like the energy. It was like you could actually hear the the energy coming off the spirit. But
Okay.
on this iPhone, it doesn't do that. So it's really weird. I mean, some of the technology, I mean, I just don't know on some of it how it can't pick up on things that are so blatantly obvious. I mean, I would have a figure standing, like when I was in hospital, for example, I was lying in bed and I thought it was like, you know, how they give you the morphine and whatever. And I thought I was hallucinating, you know, as you do.
You shouldn't. Morphine has no hallucinogenic properties in it whatsoever. None.
Well, I don't know about these things, you know, but I just thought, you know, I was really hoping for one night break.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking. And I looked over and there was this figure and covered completely over the head and down to the feet. They were like draped in flowers. It was completely flowers. It wasn't like a cloth. It was actually like flowers that had been woven in together with long stems, all like layered over this particular figure, standing there at the end of my bed, just staring at me for whatever eyes it had. But I couldn't see its eyes. I couldn't see its face. I could just see its figure. And I got my phone, of course, as I do, and I picked it up and I said, can I take your photo? As soon as I went to take the photo, gone.
Bugger.
Completely gone. And I couldn't see, I mean, I had it in my, like I had the camera up, but I couldn't get anything on here. And then it went. And I thought, well, how weird. Do they have control over where they allow themselves to be seen?
These past, I've had 3 live streams in a row where I've had an orb at the start of my stream go round behind me and the neck. It's a big fucking thing, big orb. And I've captured this orb on other occasions using Liz's internet thing, but it won't record. But that's another story. But yeah, it was last week. I did one with you. Orb went behind my neck, and I think it was you that called it out quite early on. Then the next one, my live stream with when Ernstein of the paedophile, well, he's not a paedophile, I don't want to go down that route, but you know, an advocate for wanting it to be legal, come and went, and then another one again. So why that time period? It was all I was saying about 5 minutes into the live stream, and they all went in the same direction, like this diagonal behind my neck and out the other side, and big.
So I wasn't going through the neck.
Well, I didn't feel anything. But it looks behind. It might be going through me. I mean, if it suddenly took possession, nothing like that.
A Zach Bagans.
Yeah, oh God, that's a car crash, that is, isn't it? Possession.
It's like he's so predictable. I mean, I don't know.
That's as bad as what they called, who everyone loves them, live sci-fi. Oh, they've been bloody busted as well.
You know
who easy thing. With laughing, she's like, and she falls back and her feet are shaking, But the dude with the pen knows exactly what's happening next. He puts the pen away before the scene is even finished. So he knows what they're going to do next. It was a complete script.
Yeah.
So,
well, look at the titles of their videos. Demon caught on film.
Not real. Stay away from them. They're not real.
Demon caught on film at, you know, whatever. And they haven't even started the live stream.
Yeah, Ghost caught on live stream, but we haven't started yet. Yes, we have. We can tell the future. We can tell the future. So yeah, live sci-fi, and I get all sorts of crap if I ever go on there and go, any fish wires today? Oh, he's so jealous. Yeah, I'm jealous of the revenue you guys get. I admit it.
Out of live sci-fi and the Zach Bagans, I think I would choose Zach Bagans over them.
Yeah.
They are so disgusting. I mean, honestly, the way that this guy talks, there's no...
I know. I'm not saying live sci-fi have never caught anything paranormal. They probably have caught lots of stuff paranormal, but, you know, if you can't make it, fake it, as they say, you know. But yeah, they do push, don't they? They prod pretty hard, don't they? Push and prod and hope for the best.
Noreen used to actually have them on Noreen, I can't remember her surname.
I know you're on about.
I like her. I really do like Noreen. And lovely lady. And she has some really good shows. She has some really good live streams. She puts a lot of time and energy into them. So if you ever get a chance, I think it's try and see what the name of it is.
I do. She does ring a bell. I'm pretty sure I watched but Noreen, that rings a bell.
I'll try and find the name.
Well, there's not a lot of real people about. You know, I mean, real big channels. But there's lots of real people who are small channels with like under 1,000 subs or whatever. But
I think it's called Do You Believe? Something like that. I can't think of the. I'm just trying to have a quick bo peep down the side here.
Yeah.
To see if there's anything. Because I do.
All of you people that watch just know this. Never ever take the sub count as to how good a channel is when it comes to the paranormal. Never. They could have 12 subs. They've got the most fantastic evidence. And like I say, sometimes it's a pain in the ass going through someone's slow ghost box session. You know, she's cut off by the bad camera and that. And I get so many requests. People say, "Can you look at my ghost box session? Can you look at my ghost? I've caught something really good here." And they have. They're not lying to me. But you know, be aware, but don't ever take subs for granted.
Paranormal Zone TV. Do You Believe web series? Paranormal Zone. Paranormal Zone one word. TV is like TV on the end, and it's Do You Believe web series, and her name's Noreen.
Albert's come across a flaw. Apparently, the wrong chat room has so many kids and teenagers. The chat moves really quick where they just talk kid lingo, you know.
Yeah, that's so true.
They can't win them all. Can't win them all.
Yes, there are quite a lot of. I mean, this is a sad thing too, is because with the young ones, they're very susceptible to treating it like a joke. You know, and they don't realize that it is something serious. You know, you can't mock spirit. You know, the ones that do, and they get frustrated because they're not getting what they want from the spirit box session or whatever, and they're just being offensive. Yeah, who would want to communicate with them? You know, I certainly wouldn't if I was a spirit and they're swearing at me and. You know, and some of them are they're just vulgar. I mean, honestly, they really are. I think Zach Bagan has now grown up a little. You can actually see he's matured somewhat, you know, from the way that his mannerism is in his latest episodes as in comparison when he started. He was very immature back then.
Yeah,
but he
I started off with that about her.
Yeah. Oh, it's we won't go there.
It's certainly warranted, you know.
You know, it is a shame though. In all respect, I was so happy in the beginning when Huff was doing his E.V.Ps and everything like that. He was very genuine. He was very genuine.
On his spirit boxes, he caught some really good stuff with that good equipment he had, and he just carried on the line, but he wanted the money. There's no money in that, and he wanted the money because that's why he needs to support himself. I understand the money and everything, but he built a reputation because he was legit, got a good reputation for being legit, and he abused that big time. So
what's sad is that he took some of the greatest app designers and I.T.C, you know, developers out there,
loads,
and promoted their products as a way of leveraging his exposure.
Do you know Creepy Corners? This is what Huff did. This is shameful. He's got a I suppose you call her an account. I can't remember what her name is now. Someone might know in the chat room. Ali Cap, I think her name is Ali Cap 3 is her username. Well, anyway, Ali Cap worked for Creepy Corners. Creepy Corners had a fairly successful community of about 30,000 strong on her community. And Huff asked Ali Cap how do you make money in the paranormal? I don't know, but I'll ask my boss, Creepy Corners. Well, she said, well, there isn't really much money to be made. I mean, you could do apps and stuff, I suppose, and community of an apps, etc. Okay, goes back to Huff. Now, she says to Creepy Corners, hey, you've been such a good boss. We want to give you a nice holiday in, I can't remember, I think it's Las Vegas or somewhere. Let's send you to Las Vegas. Oh, thank you. So sends the boss to Las Vegas. While she's out in Las Vegas, she funnels the 30,000 community into Huff's I.T.C collective community and closes everything down. And yeah, that's how Huff got his first leg up, with 30,000 people to start off on his I.T.C community collective. Obviously, you know, getting 1, 2. I mean, look at Truth Seekers. It's not really a big. It never was a big community. You know, the most we ever had was about 300. You know, but you know, 30,000 is a good quick start, and she basically harvested that and cut ties with Creepy Corners while sending her on holiday. You know, it's a very handy thing to do, and that is the foundation for Huff's business. Like, he is ruthless. You know, that's fucking brutal.
Well, it's been funny, like lately there's been a lot of attention on the video that I put up where I annotated, if you will, the
Why do you lie? That one.
Yeah, the one where the plate was supposedly thrown.
Why do you lie?
Yeah, why do you lie? Clear as day. And there's been so many, I don't know why, or whether it's being promoted through his videos, I have no idea. But the thing is, people are getting on there, and I can't get over the ones that actually listen to it and hear the clear, audible. I mean, I even slow it down on the segments, but I'm not in any way tampering or changing anything on his video. Everything is his video. It's still his video, and nothing's been changed except I have put the subtitles in where he has left them out.
Yeah, but question mark, and it clearly says, "Why do you lie?" You can't not.
And so they're listening to that, and yet they're turning around and writing, "This is what was it? Oh, you're just hating on him because you're jealous, or you are."
Not that one.
Yeah, I get that a lot. And then I'm getting these private messages, or whatever they're writing is going as, you know, it's being spammed. Yeah, it's going through to the YouTube section where it's been like either spam or whatever. It's only because they've sworn in it. So if there's any swearing, I have it so that it, you know, I'm not going to have that kind of language on my channel, if you know what I mean. I mean, people swear, fine, but you know, when they're writing something, if they're going to be vulgar and they can't talk when they're typing without swearing, then I don't want to read it. So they will put up things like, you're only jealous of him, or, you know, I didn't hear anything what you wrote. He's legit, and he's the only one in the I.T.C field who actually captures anything. Everyone's a wannabe. And yeah, so I've had to deal with those. And of course I will reply. Thank you for taking the time to reply. At least you've had the balls, you know, proverbial balls, to write down why you dislike the video. Some of them just hide behind a dislike. And, you know, thank you for your comment, but have a listen. It's exactly the same video as his. Listen to what is being said. You know, I'm not saying he's not getting anything. I'm not saying that at all. He's definitely getting something on that video. But accusing them of throwing a plate at him, and they are saying in their defense, why do you lie? You know,
clear.
It is.
It's not a Kevin Hines special force annotation. Sorry, Kevin, but you're dreadful for it. It's clear as day. Close your eyes. You hear, why do you lie? With an accent on it. Why are you doing this? Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Why are you lying?
So it is clear. And then there are some who have actually got on there and they've said, you know, my God, I feel so embarrassed. I followed this person, or, you know, comments like
they're stupid, don't they? Like
my jaw dropped and hit the floor.
I would know if I'm being conned, you know, and I con for however long, and they feel silly about that. But no, we all fell for it, you know.
But look, in the beginning, yes, I was absolutely rapt, because I must say he inspired a lot of people.
Yeah.
He, you know, to give credit where it's due, the fact that he was getting out there and he was showing people, yes, they're speaking to us. I was rapt, and I thought, thank God, you know, someone is showing the multitudes, and people are beginning to open their eyes to the fact that there is spirit interaction. But then it all went to his head, and from there on, I mean, people have been saying about, you know, his ghost apps and everything. The majority of it is all self-promotion. You look up, you know,
those apps are not his. They're usually other people that have made them, but again, they've stolen major code from somebody else who isn't making money on an app.
Well, looking at that price tag of nearly $1,800 for, I think someone put up on the deep web a video on, and it was a crazy price, like for a guitar pedal, with fancy little Christmas lights, like, you know,
some super glue copper wire.
Yeah, the copper wire. I mean, copper, you know, it is expensive, copper, let's face it.
Yeah, that's why people rob it from the church. That's why people rob it from the houses.
Exactly. I put a heater out the front one day, went out later and found someone had stripped it completely to get the copper out of it. So maybe they were making a portal.
Yeah.
But yeah, $1,800, and I've even seen them on eBay with ludicrous. I don't know whether they are Mr. Huff himself, but they're on eBay as well. Just put in the portal or the Wonder Box or that type of thing, and you'll see. You'll see. But a lot of it, I mean, you look up his stuff and it's all self-promotion. You don't see, you hardly have other people saying in their videos, I used this, you know, and I had incredible results, blah, 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 unless they are friends of his. But, you know,
I don't know. Very easy fool. They go and buy this box and they use the bloody 10-minute MP3 app, like Divination Box or whatever, which is just a 10-minute MP3, 2 files, and they go from one file to the other, both play at the same time. So if you keep it at the same speed, your session will be exactly the same, if that makes sense. Anyway, this made me laugh every time I hear this. They'll take it home and they go excited and they start, you know, recording on their YouTube channel, and they'll hear Huff. Oh my God, Huff is so popular that the whole spirit world knows. Miss saying Huff over here in, you know, wherever they are, you know, like no, that's the pre-recorded thing. Huff did that as an advert. So on his session, it said my name. Maybe it'll say your name. You know what I mean? That is the advert. They're called Huff commercials. Every video he does is an advert. An advert. That's all they are. Adverts each time. To sell,
and
sell.
Using ASMR. Using ASMR.
An ASMR video. Oh dear, that was funny. Like, who knew ASMR get creepy, huh? Just by we'll just sample that. Oh, I hope the ASMR people copyrighted him for that as well.
Yeah. So you don't know who it's from either.
I mean, even the audio is stolen. They can't make it their own audio. They have to nab it off somebody else. You know, it's unrelated. That was Matt Lane. He's got not a good reputation for making apps. They are usually 10-minute MP3 apps. I mean, his first app literally was 10-minute MP3 file. And poor Steve Holte, I gave him a hard time because it's called the Joe's Box, which is one that Steve Holte's done, Joe's Box. And I thought it was the same fucking app called the Joe's Box. Gave him a really bad review. And Steve was like, no, that's not me. Mine is literally lots of different audio chopped up and properly random and stuff, which I still don't think works, but that's my own opinion. But at least it is legitimately trying, if that makes sense, you know. Matt Lane is one just a 10-minute audio file. You open it up and it's just 10-minute audio. Your session will be the same every single time. So I approached Matt Lane, but I said, hey, what the fuck is this? He turns around and says, oh, nobody gets it. No one read the instructions for my app. Well, go on then, tell me. Well, what you're meant to do is you're meant to play the app, but you record it, okay? And then what happens is it might be different on the recording. I'll give over. Come on, man. Really? Fucking hell. I bet that 10-minute thing is full of fucking words like ghost, dead, you know, devil, whatever you want to put in there. I bet you it's...
Look at that Shoutcast radio. That that isn't like a you know,
Jesus is the savior.
Yeah. There's all different types of shows on there. You have the paranormal, you have religious channels, you have you know,
it's all gonna say God. It's all gonna say all of these things and like, oh my God, I'm dead, spirit in here.
Exactly. And if you actually stop on the SCD1, copy that so-called link. You won't find it. You know, it's like dummy links as well. Some of them are just, you know, pre-recorded, I'm sure of it, you know. But that thing crashes a lot.
Two of them are actually Sanchez radio. Sanchez can broadcast what he wants. He might have a loop of one saying dead devil, dead devil, dead devil over and over for you know. So he has control of two of those radio stations that go through. It's meant to have 80 or something. It was like 8 or something. It worked out in the end, didn't it? So like that.
Well, one that I was absolutely blown away with. I mean, I love my Andy's box. You know, it definitely needs a little bit of tuning or proper, you know, because there was one day, silly me, touched the tuning because the battery was actually going on it, and I was out doing a stream for the people on the Facebook page, and I turned the thing and put it out. You know, I thought, oh, shit. But anyway, when I thought I got nagged and nagged and nagged, do the Echo Vox. And I thought, okay, I've had it for a long time. I don't use it. The intent was to use it for those who, you know, were wanting to contact their loved ones. And,
it's another expensive app for $50 at the time, whatever, you know?
Actually, I think it was probably when it first came out, it was very, very cheap. And it had just been sitting there as one that I'd paid for. It was the first one, not the, you know, the latter. So I had it and I thought, well, you know, I've got it. I might as well do it. And I was absolutely blown away. The spirits loved it. In fact, they rated it. You know, I said, well, do you want to rate it? And they said, yes. And I said, what would you rate it out of 10? The response was 10. You know, I mean,
that's the closest thing I've ever got. I mean, I've got bugger all about some, you know, that's just my own thing. You know, don't kill me for that. But Echo Vox is the closest thing I've got because the reply you're looking for is not necessarily through the phonetics, but through the loop, the echo itself. Is what you're looking for. I think apps can work when you start using analog rather than digital. You think outside the box. I don't think these apps where you have banks full of just chopped up audio randomized is really going to get you anywhere, or at least as far as you can get. I mean, spirit can probably do anything we don't know. You know, you undermine what a spirit can do, but for all those hoops just to get one word out in reverse, really, can they be bothered even? You know. But yeah, Echo Vox was the closest thing I ever got to felt like. But again, I still can get full-on validation, like you say it twice or again or whatever. You know, I know when on my session with Natalie, like for instance, you know, a couple of days ago, when you know we tried to provoke by saying about Jesus, and we got Jesus straight away. That you know that was pretty damn good because we don't have any religious channels here. That would have been very, very fluky for me to get a radio broadcast in Jesus at that same time when I asked about Jesus. You know, is Jesus there? Jesus? His head like question mark? Jesus? Yeah, very good. So yeah, and that's for all the fucking interference and all the rest of it as well. I battled hard for that. You know, so and at the end as well, we had a lovely goodbye. I wish we could get on camera. We ran out of memory. I said, okay, cameras out of memory, so we're gonna say goodbye now, spirits. And they said, take care to us. And I thought that was really good. Like we never really ever get a goodbye, but to him say take care, I was like, wow. this is a fucking good session, considering all the noise that was coming through and the static. Very good. So we had a one-on-one contact with a spirit named Bob, I think, told us his age, where he died or something. About 4 or 5 questions he answered in one go. You know, I thought that's pretty good, because I've never really had that for a one-on-one back and forth. Get 1 or 2 questions, but not 3, 4, 5, you know. So that was a pretty good one as well, you know. So,
they can work them if they want to. That's a fact. There are going to be ones that, you know, from what I experienced, they would prefer to talk directly to you.
yeah, if it could.
Which is
I just don't have any avoidance.
When I had I did a live stream last week, and I had no choice but to go through YouTube, because the live stream on Facebook, there was nothing happening, absolutely zip. So I thought, well, I've got no choice but to go through YouTube. So I don't know whether there were anyone in the chat room or anything like that, but there probably were, because usually when I've got something live, people jump on. And, you know, so if anyone is on here who may have seen that, please don't think rude of me, but I had to read what was on that Facebook list of the people, you know, and keep them all in order. But anyway, one thing I noticed too, and with spirit boxes, you've got to also be careful of those false positives. When you see a particular station, and it's repeating out like, or spewing out the same type of words, you've got to make sure that, okay, when it gets to like, you know, the 8 or the 9 or whatever, and you've got this word coming out, like for example, and you know, I absolutely adore Mortis the Wizard, and I love his work. If anyone has not joined his channel, go to Mortis the Wizard and join. You won't be disappointed. But I
actually want to say, maybe you should try out his previous channel first. Just 17 little videos called Contact Mortis. Contact Mortis. Watch the 17 videos, then go on this. Pretty mad journey, and he is very much more scientific on Contact Mortis, doing the tests, you know, making the spirit jump through hoops, if you want to say, but they oblige.
In respect of that, I mean, if I didn't know his purpose behind it, and I was, you know, new to that and didn't know what, you know, where he came from, I would probably think, well, that's a bit, you know, over the top. But he does it for a reason. And sometimes you have to, especially with these devices, because you will get a lot of false positives. And that's the point I'm making. To be able to distinguish what is a false positive and what isn't a false positive, you have to ask the spirit, okay, if this is really you working through this device, please, you know, I'm sorry for asking, but please could you repeat that again, to prove to people and to prove to me that you are actually interacting with this device. And if they do it, and it's not like something else, then you know that they're working through that. If you don't get it,
lead your session, don't follow your session, which is what Huff does. Huff follows. It will say something like plant pot, as I keep using the example, and you go, oh yeah, validation, I got a plant pot over in the bathroom there, guys. Did you see that? Did you hear that? No,
like the other day, had some video up, and I don't know what they said, the lounge, that's right, lounge. And he said, oh, we were just talking about the lounge. And I thought, give me a break, you know. He was just talking about the lounge, but it wasn't recorded. But he was just talking about it, and you know, sorry, but
oh, what a hero! What a chump! Oh, fucking nothing changes, does it? I haven't visited, like I said, I haven't visited that channel for a little while, and I did about a week ago just have a look at the latest videos. Like nothing's changed, apart from the price tag's gone up. Nothing has changed.
No, that's right, and the ego. But I mean, overall, with the spirit boxes and the apps, if you say to before you do a communication, look, I will be asking you to repeat things. Please be patient with me, because I need to know this is you, and this is your way of validating that you are really communicating. And because spirit do want to communicate, they will be more than happy to do that, you know. So they will do that. But I think I put a note up on Mortis, and I mean, he's a mature, adult. He said, that they were saying that they were Jesus, but I did happen to notice, and with total respect, so I don't want anyone twisting my words or misconstruing what I'm saying, but at around 870 on the channel, it kept coming out Jesus. So I thought there may be a chance. I mean, we don't know what day it was done. It may have been on a Sunday with, religious stations or something, or who knows what. And
so
there may, it can happen. Yeah. So, but I did notice he actually had an energy orb appear in his live, like it wasn't a live stream, but in his session he had an energy orb, and it was there for a very split second, and then it was gone. And I took a screenshot of it to show him. But honestly, if you haven't yet, do yourself a favor and join his channels. You won't be disappointed. He's got some really informative stuff there. You can learn a lot from so many in the field. Even the new people, you can learn a lot through the new people as well. Don't just stick to.
When you talk to these things for a spirit box, try and talk through your mind at the same time. And that was one of the best tips he gave me. Rather than just say the words, if you speak it in your mind at the same time, it just seems to work better. I don't know, but that was a good tip. He will give you hints and tips and stuff. And he used to email me about once every couple of weeks. I know he's a busy person like I am. Just saying nice things. He's all right. He's okay. But a lot of people credit him as being inspirational for a channel or doing something. Yeah, he's one person I credit as well. I like I say, in the early days, I watched him, I watched you, I watched Huff, I watched E.V.P Panel Science. There's quite a few that have gone now as well. There's a guy who used to go on his own to the graveyard when it was raining on his motorbike and do spirit box sessions. He was quite good. There's another one that's kind of scary actually, but used to get a lot of scratches and stuff and a lot of bad communication, like, can you give me your name? And he used to use a doorbell speaker with some tape on it with the name of his channel, a very crude setup. And so he said, I ain't giving you my fucking name. He used to get a lot of that sort of heavy communication, quite frank, when he'd wake up with scratches and stuff, and he was pretty good. I don't know what happened to him, where he's gone now, I can't remember the name of his channel to catch up on him, But I followed quite a lot back then, and Mortis was sort of one of them. I'll never forget his video where he took his mate out, so it wasn't even in his house, so we're now away from the area of contact, and he said, how do you feel, mate? They're calling your name on here. So I don't like it. He says, I don't like it. But interesting stuff. And they said, you're dead. No, we're not dead, you're dead. Don't confuse us.
And I've had one say, are you dead? Or are you spirit, or are you a ghost? And then there was one day, and I think I'd already shared this, but I found it interesting. They said, we're not the ghost, you're the ghost. And I said, how do you figure that out? And that was Chris. And he said, ghosts wear sheets, don't they? They cover themselves. And he said, he said, your skin is like the sheet covering your spirit, so you're a ghost.
It's meat suit, isn't it?
Yeah,
meat suit.
I'm in a meat suit. But getting back to, try to listen to the advice that people do have to share, because each person's going to be given certain things by whoever they're communicating with. And it's interesting either way. It's interesting. You can learn from, when I communicate with Soella or Chris and Albert, who I haven't heard of for a while, I haven't heard from him for a while. But he, every now and then I get the name Albert, but I'm not saying that is my Albert. I miss him.
With the community ghost box, I want everyone who has had the community ghost box, it's its third owner now, I think, or second owner. I want them to write as much notes as they can, see if there's any attachments that might come along, saying names or whatever.
Yeah.
So always write notes. Yeah, I mean, Maria's got it at the moment. And
what names are coming through it? Because
yeah, just regulars, and just want to see if anything like, you know, any attachments happen, anything like that. You know, because it's not just a ghost box on its own; it's now going around the block and different parts of the UK. You know.
Well, so it's very possible that you've had a spirit that's climbed into it and is using it, and you know, they will attach themselves to these things, especially if they come through. I mean, when I was doing that live stream, I had
the box, the climbing. Is that what I'm on about?
Yeah, but last weekend when I was doing the live stream and I was focusing on what was coming through to try and, you know, help these people who were writing on the page. They wanted to hear from, you know, their father or their brother or mother or whatever. And I would say, okay, can you say your name? And I tried to give as much time as possible for that, for each person, so that they had plenty of opportunity to come through and talk. In this particular session, I was a little startled because I'm listening to what's coming out of the spirit box. Next minute, right behind me, I hear this man's voice, and I'm like, you know, embodied voice, and here I was concentrating on what was coming through the spirit box, and then they began talking directly to me. But what's interesting is around that particular time, because I actually made a note, you know, roughly of the time, and the person I was asking on behalf, I did not hear it come through the live stream, the male's voice. So yeah, so it was really interesting that, you know, it was a disembodied voice, very clear, very loud, and yet that voice did not come through that segment. So it is incredible. So who have we got on here? We've got my patron Rachel Dude,
well done, Rachel.
Grub Paranormal, Raw Cut Paranormal, Ray Clark,
nobody believes me.
Charmy Vapes. Is it Charmy Vapes and Fly. Albert.
Liz
Hall.
Joanne.
Joanne.
Is Springtrap at school, like still skiving in school? She does Springtrap with her daughter. She's at school, but she's got one ear in the live stream, the other ear listening to maths from the teacher, you know. Oh dear.
Yeah, we'll have a visit from the school. We have Albert. We have
Albert.
Rolling up. Albert.
Lots
Ray
of Alberts.
Clark.
Grub.
Whispers from Heaven. Madge Matt. Just giving a shout out to as many people as I can. Even if you're not on, there's 12 people on, so
put your name on and I'll shout it. We'll shout it. Just put your name. If you haven't said anything, just
Fallen Angel Caroline.
Any slimy furts I want to shout out?
Yeah, if you have a channel and
Happy
you'd like a shout out, pop your channel name down and I'll give a shout out to you.
It's the Shadow Demon with a much newer profile picture. Fallen Angel Caroline. LT like Ghost. Well done, LT. You got into my best evidence playlist on your session. Just scraped in there, but it's on there. Oh.
So Raw Uncut Paranormal, I have to have a look at your channel.
Yes.
Are you subbed to me?
Let's have a look. Go to your channel. We're gonna have a look now. 73 subscribers.
Okay, well, Raw Uncut Paranormal needs more subs.
Is this for would you used to work with Chris Powers by any chance? Used to. Don't worry, I won't judge you for that. Or is that somebody else? I'm just looking at uploads, that's all.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, so I won't judge you for that, you know.
You're so subtle.
You're better off doing your own thing without Chris Powers, trust me. You'll get a lot more credibility if you can capture, you know, some good stuff, etc.
Whoa, what's that cardio workout? I could get to like your channel. Have you seen that third liked video? Whoa. Hello.
So, your name Angelo, is that your name? Is that his name? I'll find out, right? Sorry, lag, bit of lag.
I don't know. Who are we looking at?
Good,
Fitness addict.
You know, go sub to his channel, see what he's got. You know, he'll be in a lot more reputable place now, so to say.
Oh,
like I said, never subs mean it don't mean how legit you are or not at all. So
if you've got something to share, then as long as you're doing it, you know, with respect, that's the main thing.
That's a real capture as well. There's no fish wire or anything silly. Don't
yeah.
People do a fish wire anyway. Fish wire is so last season.
I know. It's, you know, it's so outdated. So are the you know, fluoro condoms on the bed, Riley. You know. They're last season.
I'm on my own today. I'm just going to focus on this yellow condom.
I'm on my own.
On my own. What the hell was that about? What's that about?
It's so funny. Oh my god. I was like, hang on, I've got to pause this. Is that what I think?
Yeah. Perfect moment, isn't it?
Putting up on the 17-inch screen.
An hour ago, I had sex. Look at me. An hour ago, I had sex. You probably did not. Just remember that.
Well, you know, maybe it was like,
sex machine.
Maybe he had one of those happy moments. You know, like my dog.
Puff's happy time. Maybe.
Yeah, think of a dog and a cat when they do a poo. They suddenly go crazy. They scoot around the place. They get all excited. Maybe that's
where you going. Okay. Where are you going with that? Okay.
Well, maybe that's what happened with the, you know, with the yellow.
I reckon Debbie was in the other room. Basically, they got on holiday, and he said, "Right, I need a video on my YouTube channel. Debbie, I got this great idea. I'm gonna use a spirit box, and hopefully they'll oblige. And we're gonna knock this plate down, you know. I bet he didn't tell Debbie he was gonna put the yellow condom there to make him look all like." That's crazy. And the funny thing is, not many people noticed it. It was you that pointed out. I was like, oh my god, yeah, there's a yellow condom. And he focused on it as well. It wasn't like it was just there. He sort of paused the camera. But nobody noticed, including myself. We were just sort of blissfully unaware that yellow condom on a bed. It sort of looked like it was used. It's very weird. I don't know what message he was doing. He was alone in the room. Yeah, he's alone in the room, but I bet you she was in the other room.
Well, you know, we hope so.
Yeah. He might have been cheating on her. Who knows? Okay, I'm just fucking.
Well, he might have just been with himself.
Yeah. Who knows? It's just a very strange thing to do.
Maybe
I understand.
It's like very sanitaric or sanitaric.
You know, what is it?
Sanitaric.
You know, a lot of the spirit box users, we get done for being subliminal. You know, you put your subtitles up, and people say like, "Well, you're leading people on to." It didn't say devil; it said denim or whatever. But because you're subtitle, we get done for that subliminal messaging. But I don't know what subliminal message was going on there. I have no idea. So.
Well, that was sort of like an ASMR moment.
ASMR.
It was like virtual reality.
Oh, that's so strange. Was that before ASMR was noticed? I don't know.
Psygnosis says he was alone in the room.
Yeah, I know he did. He did. In the room, he was alone. It's very weird. He may have hired a girl for the night. I don't know. It's very. I mean, does
well, it might have been the cleaner.
May have been the cleaner. Yeah,
but top of the feather duster or something.
You know. That will be immortalised forever. That will. That strange one. Friend of Ernst is Ray Clark. No, not Ernst. Oh well. Speaking of Ernst. for Heart Progress, I'm going to be chasing up Clive Martin very soon. I think I've got his contact details, and he is an MP for the Green Party in Taunton, UK. So he's the founder of Heart Progress Reverse. Not James Carr. James Carter is pretty much, I won't say the word no danger, no threat, but certainly less of a threat. You know, he likes older people, not prepubescent boys. So that's the good news on that.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, this is for Heart Progress, just on my channel, about chasing down this horrible, horrible community that's trying to get the age of consent lowered to 6 years old. It's not right.
Oh, you were kidding.
He's got an accent and he's friendly speaking. And it looks good, you know, to advocate that paedophiles aren't monsters. No, they're just misunderstood or whatever, you know. So I'll be chasing down Clive Martin. I've got 2 reliable sources who are feeding me information of who's who on the web, and it's a very deep rabbit hole that I don't know how I've got myself into this mess, but hey, they approached me, so hey, here we go. Hence why I've added the paranormal and the personal, because it's getting, you know, I'm branching out a little bit because Spirit Box and I've got interference as well to deal with, you know, and I can't predict the paranormal. If I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, one day I'll do a video. It's nothing to do with the paranormal, and I'll catch something going mad. That'll be what happens. Then I'll be torn between the two, then, won't I?
Yeah.
So I've got 2 types of subscribers. One for the ranty personal Phil, and the other for the Riley paranormal Spirit Boxy. So subscribers know what to do on my channel. Jack of all trades, no master of any.
Just be careful with some of your white filtering that you don't.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes they look really good when I do them. I think, oh, the detail, and the detail just goes to the wall when it gets uploaded.
I know.
Really
that
nice.
I like the old theatrical look with the Vignant.
Yeah, 8mm filter. Yeah, that's what I do like. And sometimes the silver screen one. That's kind of cool as well. Yeah. No, the white one's annoying because sometimes it comes out just perfect. Other times it all the detail disappears. It's very okay when I do it. I'm like, that's really, really good detail, and it looks very nice.
It gets very washed out.
And then yeah, you upload it and half the detail disappears. It looks just like a white background. Ah,
that's
bollocks.
the YouTube compression. Bloody YouTube.
Yeah, I have a very deep rabbit hole. We'll see how deep it goes, Liz, because not on my watch are we going to have like 7-year-old.
Yes, there are grub paranormal. No. I agree. She said sick people in this world.
It's insane. They're trying to normalize it, and yeah, just not on my watch. Is all I can say. I'm gobby and outspoken, so hopefully the idea is. I mean, look, I'm a tiny channel in the scheme of things. Okay, I might have 1,000 subs, and some of you are like, "Wow, 1,000 subs!" But no, seriously. You'll miss all the orbs. Fucking hell, Ray. The idea is someone else will come along who's a much bigger YouTuber and cover me and get the thing out there more. That's the idea, you know. So the videos are hardly monetized when I go down this route. Besides, YouTube don't allow it because it's not family-friendly content anyway. I don't think.
You know, it's funny how they have certain things that they consider okay for YouTube. And they come down hard.
Pop and Ollie and queer kid stuff, indoctrinating kids. I like kids need to know anything about sex, but like I hate those channels, queer kid stuff and Pop and Ollie. They're teaching them about gay and genders that don't exist, 76 genders, and all this stuff. I'm like, kids don't need to know this yet, nowhere near.
They don't,
and they haven't got a degree in education. These people that do it. So they shouldn't be anywhere near kids teaching them, but they're teaching all this stuff, indoctrinating kids, and that is family friendly. That's allowed, you know. It's dodgy.
I mean, even some of the cartoons aren't really, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Family or child friendly. Some of the things that they have in them are a little questionable, you know.
Definitely.
I think some of those cartoons are more designed for the child in the adult type of thing. You know, or the child within us, but not necessarily the child.
Well, tomorrow, guys, I've got a live stream like usual, just a kickback stream we put on the Spirit Box. If that interference goes, Usually I get some really good contact. I mean, whether they come to me again and we'll deal with them again and get, because all they're doing is exposing themselves when they come to me like that. That's why I allow them on. After a while, I kick them off. I want them to say every gross thing they can to expose what they're really thinking, you know? And yeah, but Monday, I got obviously live stream of Ray, which I will be there for, bit of luck. I'll be trying to ring him up under a guise, Clive Marston, because he's in Britain, obviously. I'm going to try and ring him up and, you know, get some information out of him under the pseudonym of me being a bit weird as well, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can get him to admit something on camera that he's a bit weird, and he's going to give me some nice pictures with a bit of luck. And then, boom, job done. I won't call the police or anything, but I'll leave it out there for people to do that, you know. And you know, certainly welcome to mirror my videos if you've got, you know, subs and stuff and you've got a functioning channel on that kind of thing. But I will warn you, if you are a paranormal channel like, you know, Raw Uncut Mr. Paranormal here, be careful, because obviously I've changed my name slightly, personal and paranormal. If you're paranormal, stick to the paranormal. Don't go jumping down rabbit holes and ruining your channel for the sake of something. You know, start a new channel. I never started off fully on paranormal when I did my channel. Mine was to support paranormal channels like Mortis, of the smaller ones, against Huff. Like, you know, don't go watch Huff, watch this guy. He's got 10 subs, but he's really good and he's real. That's how I started off, and I had rants and talks, and then I started doing my own spirit box sessions on video rather than not on video. And people, for some reason, liked it and said, no, do it as a YouTube, do it. Because I was never actually going to be on do YouTube. It's going to be a one-off thing, just have a go at Huff and leave it at that, because I used to comment and blog is what I used to do. People know me through the comments, you know, because I get really deep into it, you know, long-winded, rambling comments. And
that's an understatement.
Yeah, not so much now. It's usually just a, you know, quick thumbs up or whatever. There's just too many. So yeah, I mean, so
he gets a little deep into it.
Yeah.
And then he controls himself, and then he lets loose, and then it's. Yeah. You just don't want to be in his way when he has the bulldozer. That's all.
Yeah, you're pretty right, to be honest with you. So yeah, it went from there. So if you have got a paranormal channel, stick with your paranormal. Don't do this. Create a secondary channel or something if you want to go down and, you know, help me out or whatever by mirroring my videos or doing your own thing towards it. You know, any information is greatly appreciated, but please make sure it's completely fact checked and it's not rumor. Because the worst thing is someone called a paedophile when they're not a paedophile, etc. Obviously, I've got other things as well, like the unique homeless. I'm trying to film homeless people to work out where they've gone wrong in life or whatever, or how they got busted. You know what I mean? Because homeless, I feel quite strong about. I think it's like my worst nightmare to be homeless. I'm lucky; it's not going to happen to me if I do. I've always got a house to go to. There's always someone I can go to. I'm quite lucky like that. If it's not my dad or someone, but yeah, scary stuff. Yeah, Rachel, please do post your sessions. A lot of people, bless them, have said, oh, right, it was you that gave me the balls to post up a video. No, you had the balls yourself. Don't give me the credit for that. You did great. So, yes, please, put up a session. You don't have to show your face or anything, you know. I hate my voice, for instance. I can't stand my fucking voice, believe it or not. I use it enough, but I can't stand it. Yeah. So, yeah, go for it. Yes, that's true, Albert. We did get really good results with video game and spirit box. I had no idea why. Maybe because I wasn't concentrating on the box. Twice, nearly 3 times that worked. Just playing computer games and running the spirit box in the background. Who knew? Packing the content events. Really good. And others should try me.
You'll never see me playing a game.
Oh, wow, obviously. But other things as well, like the experiment. Putting one spirit box up, one spirit box down. That works really well. You know, it's all these little things. Magnitude mode obviously on the SB7, all these little things I like to try. I have got to try though, I've committed myself to do this, but I've got to try the live stream ghost box from Steve Holte, because he's adamant that, you know, and of course it's thinking outside the box. There's a bit of analog with it. It's not all digital. It is from a real ghost box, a real analog box, just streamed. This is where you're going to get the argument. Do they broadcast themselves? Can they manipulate sound? I think there's going to be a half on it. I think they do broadcast themselves at times, but now we've got half it. This is going to give them opportunity to manipulate the sound, but not broadcast. So a live ghost box will be as good as a real ghost box, but I think it will work. I like to hope it will work because of its source. So I'm going to try that pretty soon as well. So,
and also when you're doing spirit box sessions, always remember you get more bees with honey, and also on the other side, you know. So if you're swearing at them, or I mean, if you're asking them to say a swear word, then also make a note of what type of voice is coming through. Is it like on each session the same voice? Because that's something to, you know, because you can also find that with males, you may find a lot of males will come through, or they will hear the female come through and talk to them, whereas, you know, or vice versa, with the female you'll hear a male come through talking. But this is something that's really, you know, it should be noted. Get to know one spirit. You know, if you're communicating, try to speak with just one. Don't ask for a multitude to come through. Get to know one of them, and they can actually help you in.
That's what I was surprised with our last session with Mrs. Maggs with the bloody interference. We got that one-on-one contact. I don't usually get that, but the spirit called Bob, of all imaginative names, it's just an easy name to say, you know, got 5 questions, you know, were valid. It was all the same voice. The take care and the Jesus, the take care bit I didn't get on camera to run out of memory, as I said, but that was the same voice as the Jesus. When I prodded a bit, I said, oh yeah, I want to speak to Jesus. I went, Jesus? You know, like, what? You know, but when I said take care, it was really nice. You know, I felt really good about that. But that's good. He was sitting there. I'm pretty sure of it rather than me.
Maybe there's also another one, you know, I mean, with the majority of you out there, you'll probably be using a spirit box or an app for communication. So if you do, see, when I have spirits come around me, they usually give me a sign by, you know, saying a certain word, or, you know, with Chris, for example, he says his name. Hi, it's Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Little things like that. Maybe you can interact with that through a spirit box. Say, when you're asking them, what's the best time?
Yeah.
To contact.
So, like, why is it like I put up a session where I thought I got absolutely nothing, but turned out I did get a lot of things thanks to NMPI going through it properly. But the difference is they sounded very distant and far away. So what was the reason for them to be so far away? You could hardly hear them. When you did hear them, like, okay, yeah, they're validating themselves and saying the correct things and all that. But is it the moon? Is it? I always bang on about the bloody moon. Does the moon have any effect?
As I mentioned before, with spirit boxes and apps, you're not necessarily communicating with the spirits in your own environment. You are communicating external.
Yeah, I know that. You know, but it's just weird. You're calling out, you're calling right out to the abyss, if you want to call it that. Now. But I do wonder what the conditions are. So, you know, if you've got all the conditions set up, this is a good time to do a spirit box. Or, no, don't do one today. There really is no point. This isn't going to work because the moon is not very good. The weather, whatever those conditions might be. We haven't really locked that down yet, what the conditions
are. The other thing is you could just simply ask them. You know?
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Just sounds successful.
Yeah, just ask them.
I'm gonna have to call it a day now, pretty much. But I'm gonna give a big shout out to where has he gone? Raw Uncut Paranormal. Okay, good luck, Doody. Now you're on a separate path now from, you know, that. Keep it real. And I like that idea. Raw Uncut, perfect. No editing's good. It's good. Good luck with that, and hope you'll see you on the next stream. I'm going to give you my new outro music, but is I'll tell you where it comes from another time. But here is my outro music. After that, you'll see me gone. It lasts 35 seconds. See you later, Phyllis. If it doesn't play now, but we'll see. Come on, play your bitch. Play. Oh, brilliant. Here we go. Oh, I know why. Hang on. I know why. See, this is so professional. See, this is what I'm on about. Raw, uncut, you know? Just completely uncut. Oh, here we go. So.
Do the Queen wave.
First prize, tell me where that comes from. Let me know in my comments. I bet you ain't got a clue where it comes from. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I can't find the exit button now.
Where's the any key?
Yeah, you can tell this is rehearsed, can't you? Raw uncut. Absolute raw uncut. There you go. Oh, fuck it. Please, let me go.
Famous last words.
Yeah. No, I really am having problems exiting. There you go. Is that it? No? It's just gone spasmodic now. Can you guys see me, or am I a black screen?
Oh, you're a talking logo.
I'm a talking picture of Charlie. Brilliant. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I have to sort of way. Just turn off the power to the phone. Goodbye, Footless. Power off. That'll work, surely.
He's still there. Oh, what a rat bag. Okay, he's gone. So I hope you all had a fun night. It's always fun to come into these Friday night live streams and talk to people. What's that? Sounded like a Final Fantasy. With these, yeah, so I don't know. That music, I have no idea where that's from. Don't ask me. Going to, where is he? Okay, so for everybody out there, remember, try to get to know the ones that you're communicating with. Ask them probably what's the best time for them to make contact. You know, is it morning, afternoon, evening? But if you can do that, you'll probably find you'll build up a relationship or a communication with one particular spirit. And the good thing with that is that spirit could then protect you during any other types of communication that you might make. So if you can get one good one on your side, you've got an opportunity of having, you know, that one who's not going to let any bad energies come through and give false positives and so on. But you always suss them out, you know. Just remember, be polite, explain to the spirit why you're asking them to repeat things. Debunk some of your things too, because there are going to be times where you will have a channel that might have a discussion on, and, you know, around that, you know, if it's the same type of topic that comes up around the same time on a spirit box, for example, it may just be, you know, the fact that the channel is discussing it. But again, I hope everybody who uses these apps and these spirit boxes use them in a good way, not for evil, always for good and not for evil. And you'll have a lot of fun with it. You'll actually be able to find out a lot of things as well. One thing they won't tell you, just a little heads up, they won't tell you the lotto numbers. So when you are communicating with spirit, forget it, you know. They won't tell you the numbers. I've asked. Don't think I haven't. I've asked, and I've even had other people who have asked as well, and they don't get any, you know, they don't get rich, because spirit's like, well, you figure it out for yourself. But anyway, I hope everyone had a great night. I'm going. It is now 8 minutes past 10 p.m. So I'm getting a little bit tired, and I'm going to go and watch some of My Prisoner. So take care. Don't forget, thumbs up if you like it. And remember, go onto my homepage here on YouTube, which is the High Priestess, and make sure that you click that reminder bell so that in October, which is the 13th of October, Friday, you'll be able to be around when I'm doing the live stream from a haunted hotel. So it should be interesting. And once again, I hope you all have a safe, happy, and lovely weekend. Bye.